Welcome to another edition of Get to Know Your Warrior football program for the 2017 season. I'm Sports Information Director Jeff Weiss, and joined today by head football coach Paul Winters. Paul, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
I'm sure you're looking forward to talking about your running backs. We were talking a little bit off camera. 8 scholarship guys at tailback. And that doesn't count some of the guys you have at fullback that are going to make an impact.
Tailbacks, that's right.
Possible tailbacks.
No question.
So let's start off. Deonte Nicholas kind of does everything. He comes out of the running back, or running the ball, catches passes, kickoff return.
He's an incredible talent, and like you say, he's number one kick returner in the league as an first team All GLIAC special teams guy. He also covers punts. He's on all the specialty teams, but he's a great running back, and I think he averaged close to 10 yards a carry last year. So that's something we want to kind of exploit a little bit, find ways to get him the ball.
I think he also averaged like 25 yards a catch, so it seems like whenever the ball's in his hands, plays are made.
He can make plays.
And then kind of switching gears to a little different sized running back, Roemello Brown. I mean, Deonte's kind of the slashing guy. Romello's kind of the roll you over.
Well, Romello's a 245-pound, tank, and there's a lot of times when I think defensive backs aren't sure they want to hit him, and they find a way to take bad angles to the football.
Kind of, Sean Belegians calls it business decisions.
Good, yes, exactly. He had an incredible season. You can't say enough about how well he played for us last year, and he was second in the country in yards, and very disappointing that he wasn't first because we had a chance to make that happen in the last game, and it didn't happen. But he's an incredible talent.
And then the other person of the three-headed monster last year was Demetrius Stinson. Obviously got banged up a little bit at the end, but up until that point was really contributing.
Yeah, Demetrius is a special talent. He catches the ball out of the backfield. He blocks. He's unselfish. Does a really good job for us. And we're not a very good football team when he's not playing. So we need him to be healthy. We need him to be a big part of what we're doing.
It's got to be a nice luxury to be able to rotate those guys or put multiple guys in at the same time to give the defenses a different look.
Well, it gives us a chance to be fresh. Whoever's in there should always be fresh. And we have different guys have different talents. I think, Demetrius kind of combines the talents of Deonte and Roemello. And, it just gives us, like you say, a three-headed monster. But let's not call it a three-headed monster.
It almost needs to go
a five-headed monster.
You had 2 young guys last year, Deonte Moffett,
2 redshirt freshmen that
and
were
James Hill,
outstanding.
that were able to get some playing experience.
When Demetrius was injured, Deonte Moffett stepped in and did an outstanding job for him. He's a hard runner. He's tough. He ran over a linebacker in one of the games, just tough as nails. And James Hill is a 6'3", 230-pound tailback that you kind of forget about because there's so many other guys. And when he gets a chance, he makes plays. He's a guy that I'm sure if everybody else were gone and he were our starter, he'd be a 12 to 1,300-yard tailback. So it's a great situation to be in. These guys are really unselfish. The room it's a great room. I love coaching these guys. You go into that room of running backs, that's why you coach football.
And obviously you'll have the luxury this year. You've got 3 incoming freshmen that most likely will redshirt. You've got Avery Hall out of Indianapolis. You've got Deonte Nicholas and King Alfred Sanders. So you've got 3 guys with different skill sets as well in that recruiting class.
Well, I fell in love with that three-headed monster. So when we were out recruiting, Avery Hall reminded me so much of Roemello. Big, strong, tough, physical running back. And Deonte McClure reminded me so much of Deonte Nicholas. I had to find King, and King is our Demetrius Stinson. He kind of combines the best skills of both of them. And I think as you see in the future, those 3 guys, they'll provide a lot of yards and points in the future.
Let's not be remiss in forgetting about the fullbacks. Steven Sharon, a young kid out of Florida, redshirt freshman last year, played some fullback. Put him in at tailback a couple plays, goes for about 55 yards and a touchdown. So,
yeah, and it's funny because he's a kind of guy that runs low to the ground. He always keeps his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. He's a 250-pound kid, so he's tough and physical, but he's faster than what you think. And he's another one where I said, if somebody were hurt and I had to play him as my tailback, he rushed for 1,200, 1,300 yards. He could do that. He's really becoming a better fullback for us, though, and really provides some of the toughness that Garrett Wiska had, and that we lose not having Garrett.
Another guy that's been in the program for a few years, Randy Garvin, moved over to fullback before spring ball, obviously to add some depth to the position.
Randy Garvin had an outstanding spring. He adjusted extremely well to playing fullback. He's a good athlete, so he can do the things athletically that we need him, and he's a tough kid, so he'll go in there and stick his, I won't say stick his nose in there because we got to keep our head out of football, but he'll stick his shoulder pads in there and we'll block you.
Kind of plays with the middle linebacker mentality.
Yes.
Sounds great. Well, thanks again for watching this edition of Get to Know Your Warrior football program. Stay tuned to WSUathletics.com for other position previews.